How week been though, man? I know it's been a little minute since we talked and shit, linked up since the last pod.
Yeah, I just been getting through the week and shit. It's been a lot of bullshit on social media, so hella shit to talk about.
Yeah, 100%. How work been though? Chill type shit. Everything cool.
Yeah, just been getting through. Days been going by quick as hell, so niggas can't complain.
Daughter still good?
Word up, yeah, she's straight.
Word up. Y'all ready to start? Yeah. Alright, we back in another night, another vibe with the three.
Trues.
Sexyy Red has been pregnant, allegedly, for the past, I'll probably say maybe 6 to 8 weeks. Cause she's showing old pictures from, like, not showing old pictures, but pictures that she probably took in, like, let's say maybe
catalog pictures.
Like August, September. She like, oh my God, I was sucking my stomach, it's so hard, da 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 da. And I feel like the nigga that is the baby dad is probably the same nigga that we seen on her Instagram story while she was sleeping. If I had to guess.
Or the one that recorded the video.
I mean, that'd be good for him because at least he could. Well, no.
It's just
wait, that's crazy. Was they two different niggas?
I think so.
The first time, that's when, like, while she was sleeping, then it was the video.
Yeah. I don't know. Because they ain't really show the face like that, so it could have been.
But it's possible. It's possible to have been two different niggas.
It's in the air. I don't know.
The way she talked about it could have been.
But I ain't gonna lie. If it is the same person, if it's the same nigga, if it's just one nigga that was in both of it, that's what it is.
All I can say is the way she be talking about and how she be moving around could have been a third or a fourth nigga that got her pregnant.
True.
The one that we didn't see.
Word. She's a hoe, so she gets around. Hoes just be home.
Yeah.
And she's that. She's the poster girl for hoes nowadays, so it's up in the air who the father is and shit. Hell, she probably don't even know who the fucking father is.
Not yet.
You think it's a help? Think it's to help the image?
Yeah, it'll show that she's really about that whole life.
Yep.
So that really helps her brand for her.
I think she gonna get the sympathy, John. Like she
Yeah,
gonna get the sympathy. Like, oh, she's a mother. She's. Why are you hating on her? She's providing for her kid.
They doing that.
Kids.
They did that shit with her for the first one.
Right.
So they gonna do that shit for her. Black women know how to stand together about bullshit.
Well, why when some women have kids, it mess up their career?
Because they'll use the kid as an excuse as to why they're not working efficiently and why they calling out a lot.
Writer's block. Postpartum. They wasn't in the right mental space.
But we talk about artists. Women being pregnant nowadays is not really gonna stop nothing. But back then that would have been a problem because now you're not recording as much and you're missing tour dates and shit. So now you're not profiting. Nowadays you could record and have as much time as you want to chill and get your shit together.
Pre-recordings.
Yeah, and then you still could record yourself and make antics and shit online to keep you afloat, keep your name ringing.
Yeah.
Summer Walker, Queen Naija, fucking Young Miami, fucking this bitch, fucking any bitch nowadays that's pregnant.
Krishan Rock.
But I feel like somebody like Rihanna having kids, I feel like, I'm not saying that's messing up her career, but all that's going to do is delay the put out of music.
Rihanna?
Yes.
Rihanna don't even put out music like that.
But that's what I'm saying. She don't put out music, but her having these children are going to literally extend what was already inevitable. They was already waiting for her album for years. It might have came out or might not never come out, but now I feel like with her,
we're definitely not gonna.
That's what I'm saying.
But she's at the point where Beyonce's at, so she don't really have to put shit out.
I disagree.
I mean, she's not She ain't.
She has a legacy. She has a career to where, God forbid, if something happened to her now, she has a catalog to where it will be remembered and compared to the greats. I'm not taking away from that. But you went on a hiatus, and when you went on this hiatus, in your prime. I'm not understanding why people is choosing to stop making music in their prime. It ain't like you falling off and you like, alright, I'm T.I. Like when T.I. did the, I don't want no bad bitches, I don't want no me. When he started doing that and the Iggy Azalea shit, T.I. knew, and he stopped.
Yeah.
But if he said Rubber Band Man and then stop making music, it'd be like, nigga, why would you stop and you're at the top? That's why I don't understand why Kendrick stopped after Damn. He did Damn, the Warriors was in the finals with Durant and them, they was playing Bitch, Be Humble at the finals, and then you just stopped making music and you doing voices for cartoons. So like, my thing is I don't understand the concept and I don't know these people like, why do people stop making music or stop doing things in their prime? Even the football player, Calvin Johnson from the Lions, he stopped playing football at like, what was like, what, 31, 32 in his prime.
But you gotta look at it like with Kendrick Lamar and all of them, they stopped because once you know you about to hit, you're on a road to decline.
He's catching it before the fall off.
The sound changed, the waves changed, you're not as talked about as you was before. You understand that you have to take a back seat now.
On that point you just said, do you think that it's their pride saying they don't want to go through the fall off? They just want, I just want y'all to remember me for being great. Don't remember me for putting out these mediocre songs and being like Jordan on the Wizards. Even though Jordan was shitting, but
it could be that too, yeah. But
we both.
For Rihanna's case, she's a billionaire. She don't really
need to do shit.
For them, it's all really about the money. It's about how much money are you generating. For record labels, how much money are you generating?
And she can go on tour from songs from 10 years ago.
She could do that shit because she has $1 billion next to her name.
But am I wrong for saying that if they have a true passion for their craft, that they should just stop in the peak of their career?
Nigga, look at JayZ.
But he showed decline. That's the thing. JayZ showed decline.
He did. He did, but
I'm not saying he was trash. I'm just saying he showed like I'm trying to think of the best
I'm not
way.
gonna say he showed decline. The wave was changing too much for him to keep doing what he was doing.
You really don't think JayZ showed no sign of decline?
444 was literally him spitting.
I'm not saying
bars
that.
And niggas ain't going for bars like that.
quick.
Yeah, because niggas wasn't. Yeah, but niggas wasn't listening to bars like that for real.
And Yeezy, he don't have to make music no more.
Like 50 Cent, he a real nigga, but he went through the decline.
He did, but he's still in the M. The niggas we talking about are in the B. So he's not a billionaire. So
No, I know that.
It's like,
but he ain't far. I don't think he's far.
I don't think it's not.
Let's say he has 700 mil. I ain't saying you're not a billionaire, but 700 mil. It's
That's
like
a lot
you can have $1 billion conversations.
Yeah. Nigga, it's just that B hit different.
Yeah.
You know,
it sure do.
So once you in that B, it's like I don't literally have to do shit. You still in that M, you can lose that M. Yeah, you still have to put in work. A lot of these niggas that's in the game, T.I., fucking Gucci Mane, fucking all these niggas that's in the game still, they're all millionaires. It ain't no problem being a millionaire.
But you're saying your point is
once you in that B, that's when you got the choice to either continue with music, focus on your clothing brand, go on as many vacations as you want, do whatever the fuck
you basically saying millionaires still gotta work and put the work in.
Yes.
Billionaires, that's when the work stops.
Yeah, nigga.
Not the work
as a nigga that's seen a nigga personally reach millions and then just shit through all that millions and shit within a span of time.
It shows that I ain't saying millions ain't shit, but it shows that
it could go.
Yeah, it's not wealth.
It could go.
It's not wealth.
That billion not going nowhere.
It's wealth, right?
It ain't. You can't touch that. Yeezy, you can't touch him. Rihanna, you can't touch him. Beyonce, you damn sure can't touch her. And Jay, forget about it. You can't touch these niggas that's touching the beat.
So your point is, do you think Rihanna don't have to make, like she doesn't have to make any more music?
No.
Nope.
Not at all.
So all the fans,
I mean, she put out a recent song with that Black Panther on that Black Panther album.
Yeah.
So
but that was just to shut people up.
Yes, that's
more so of her doing it for the craft.
And they paid her for it. So it's like, you got that check, I'll do it.
That's it.
She only made it because they told her that they'll cut a check for her to do it. That's the only reason why she did it. She wasn't gonna do it for free. Or just do it for
and all that check was prenatal care.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
Hey, a check is a check.
So how y'all feel about I guess, well, I ain't gonna say I guess, it's just been reported that Jada Pinkett is going to release, I guess, gonna release a tell-all book. And Will was really in the videos. Even after everything she said, Will was right next to her, supporting her. Like, I'm fully behind her. I'm fully.
That's what I'm saying. It's hard for me to look at him like he's the Fresh Prince, but he's a simp.
And Fresh Prince. That's you can say that too.
He's not, but he's not though.
He's not, but it's like you were saying, it's changing how you looked at it. You was looking at him as the Fresh Pimp, the Fresh Prince, Mike Lowry. You know what I mean? He had a legacy.
Movies and shit.
Yeah.
I, Robot,
Hitch.
Pursuit of Happiness, motherfucking Bad Boys, 1 through motherfucker. They about to make a 4th one. All of them movies, and you turn out to be with this bitch who can't stop talking about Tupac to save her fucking life. That slept with your son's best friend. Slept with your son's best friend and constantly disrespects you and even said out her own mouth, I don't even know why you slapped Chris Rock. We wasn't even together. We were married, but we haven't seen eye to eye since 2016. So I don't know why you would be like, don't say my wife's name, and we're not together like that. We only doing it for the kids.
That's still, like, honestly, that's still his. I'm not defending what he did.
Legally,
I'm talking about what she's saying. Like, that's still your wife. So he ain't say or do nothing wrong. He defended his wife. So you doing all this shit is disrespect on you and him, which is dumb as hell.
But that's stupid as hell though. Legally, they're married, but an actual relationship, they not shit. They got a big ass mansion where she lives on one side and he lives on one side, so they can bring in whoever, whenever they want, without the other one even seeing or knowing them.
Will Smith has acknowledged that that they're life partners. So no matter what she says or what she do, it's not going to change anything.
Personally, I believe he only said that shit because he didn't sign a prenup. So if he gets divorced, if he divorces her or she divorces him, that bitch can't have.
Because he's the breadwinner.
He's the main breadwinner.
She's taking all his legacy, not all, but half of his legacy right along with it.
But based off of their narrative and from Will and Jada Pinkett Smith's words, like they said out their mouth, there's not no alleged, there's not no narrative or no rumor gossip we throwing out. They're literally agreeing on the fact that they're life partners. Yeah.
And the fact that you even gotta put her name as a term like this is even crazier because everybody grew up watching her on TV for a little bit, even though she didn't get as much screen time as Will.
It was a classic.
Yes,
she was beloved.
She was beloved for 5 minutes, but when the second he got married, it seemed good at first. 4 years later.
Based on what they're saying, they whole marriage has been down for the past 10 years. If y'all been
I'll say longer than that.
You know what I'm saying?
She said 2016.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying if y'all separated 7-8 years ago, that means y'all had turmoil or some bullshit going on in that relationship that led to that. So it wasn't just one day.
I'll say she's talking that Tupac shit behind closed doors first, and then she started going out.
A nigga like Will that's willing to buy you whatever the fuck you want.
We're looking at Will, bro, from a biased standpoint. That was a biased answer. You're looking at him as the Mike Lowry, the Fresh. We're looking at Will for the accomplished rap career,
but that's like saying Russell
movies.
Wilson. If Sierra pulled that same shit with Russell, that's like saying the same. The nigga is a whole Christian out here. He ain't on no toxic bullshit.
But we gotta play devil's advocate. We don't know what Will did. Not saying Will did something. Will could have genuinely not did anything, and she just out here being goofy. But let's say Will was out here living foul. I'm not saying what she's doing is cool. But I'm saying I'm not saying what she's doing to retaliate off that is cool. I'm not saying that, but
look at them in their careers. Of course they both did.
But it's like, bruh, if that's the case, then why y'all can't mess with bitches together if that's like that? So y'all can have a different
lack of trust.
Yeah.
Chemistry not there.
Yep. Honestly, and speaking on Jada, she never loved Will. But in my opinion, if you never loved a nigga, why'd you say yes and let him put the ring on?
Because
they both lied. At that time, they was both lying.
Yeah.
It's a business move.
It was a business move. At the same time, why are you trying to diminish the business? You're diminishing the brand.
No, they're not.
She is.
No, she's not.
She got paid already.
She's not diminishing the brand. She's just diminishing Will Smith's legacy. The brand is going to do great because the book's going to sell numbers because people want to read this bullshit. They want to see it in print, in your words, the red table, the arguments that led to it. When August first came there.
Talk about the whole book. Let's be real.
I don't know about the whole book. They said she's going to talk about her life in Baltimore before the fame and all this shit and that.
Like, she's giving the vibe how I was on the set and set it off, and I got the call that Will was out in LA and I was out in Miami at the time shooting the video.
She gonna talk about all that bullshit. So
And Queen Latifah had to tell me to relax and don't leave Will, cause if it wasn't for Queen Latifah saying that Will was a good man, I would have left him right then and there. It's gonna be all this soap opera dramatic
bullshit.
And y'all bitches gonna feed into it.
And you know what it's gonna be? It's gonna all to justify why I did what I did at that table, cause he was out fucking hoes.
And all that's gonna do is tell women that it's okay to do the same shit.
Yep.
More than it already is today.
But at the end of the day, not you, but the women that you talk about, you bitches are not Jada.
No.
Not at all.
Y'all not.
Y'all still living with mommy and daddy and shit.
Don't get me wrong, Will the breadwinner, but Jada got it bad.
She got money. She do.
She got it bad. It's like the same thing with the ASAP with Rihanna. ASAP got bread.
Mm-hmm.
ASAP got bread that if he wasn't with Rihanna and he was like with one of these other bitches, he'd be shitting on him.
He's really good.
It took for him to go to, he'd had to go to like a Rihanna, a Nicki, a Beyonce, somebody of that caliber.
I'm not even mad at ASAP because I had this conversation with my niggas today. Like, if I was ASAP, I'd be, bruh, if a rich bitch came at me and said she'll take care of me,
and you're rich and she makes you look broke, why not?
Why not? Because
and you're not broke.
unlimited money.
You're far from it.
It's unlimited. It's like Stedman and Oprah. You can call that nigga broke all day of the week, but that nigga is getting paid.
But he looks miniature.
It don't
next
fucking
to Oprah.
matter.
It don't matter.
Like Dave Chappelle, like that Dave Chappelle Oprah skit he did back in the day and shit. Like him balling out with Oprah's money and shit. You think Stedman not doing the same shit?
Real shit. Oh yeah, you talking about
still on Chappelle show.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Right.
But that's real shit. If a nigga married to Oprah, you don't gotta worry about nothing. You can get a BMW, a goddamn Rolls Royce, a motherfucking Challenger any day of the week.
And shout out to the white comedian, ain't his name Gary Owen?
Yeah.
He definitely said, if he was fucking with like Oprah or somebody like that, he wouldn't even care, pause, if she was getting dick on the side. Cause she's making so much money, he like, man, go ahead,
I'm gonna push for the marriage. I'm gonna push for the marriage with no prenup. So if you fuck up, I'll leave you, but I'll still leave with a bag, and plus I'll get spousal support. Cause obviously you can let it
accumulate and stay married for a couple years, so you can have a bunch of receipts. It'd be like she did this in 2018, she did this in 2020.
Why think Stedman and her ain't never get married yet? He ain't married yet. They've been together for decades, but he ain't married yet. Oprah ain't playing that shit.
Do y'all believe marriage is just a title, or y'all feel like it's an actual worth behind it outside of the Gen Z thing?
Before it meant something.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, before it was a whole, it was something to take serious. But nowadays, you got husbands fucking other bitches outside of their wives like nothing. And these wives, they going outside of their marriage like that with a drop of a dime with a nigga that's got less.
Is this the look back
husband? Very much so.
Like I feel like this is the era where
I see the past 10 years.
This is the new attitude era.
Like I feel like this is like 90% of women are coming with the energy of once they start talking to a new guy or fucking with a new nigga or whatever, they're doing it with the lick back mindset of getting back off their ex, their baby dad, the last nigga they was fucking with. Oh, he broke boy now. I'm with the rich scamming nigga that's fucking all the bitches, but you're cool because you're financially secure.
Right.
But the loyalty's down.
Yep.
So which one do y'all want? Well, why can't we get both? Because there's no such thing as a perfect nigga. Do you want a nigga that's gonna be with you all the time, but his money a little low, or the nigga who money is up and they be fucking you, you know what I mean?
The first one.
Motherfucking you stupid and your friend stupid.
They'll choose the first one. They'll choose the first one.
Because I'm financially secure. Yeah, he's not loyal, but I'd rather cry in the Phantom than in the Honda.
No, they'll choose the first one, as in the bum nigga that's in the house all day following them like a shadow.
Because like you said, the new woman agenda is to be the breadwinner.
Masculine. They're the men now.
Keep him in the passenger seat.
Yeah. Keep him where I know he gonna be at. Play the game, smoke his weed, he gonna be in the house.
They'll be fine with paying for your freaking V-Bucks or whatever you doing, Fortnite, Apex, all that shit.
Are y'all secure enough as men to, I think I asked this before, but are y'all secure enough as men to be in a real committed, faithful, you know, real, like not no dating shit, like y'all locked in a real relationship with a woman that's significantly making more money than you?
Yeah. I ain't tripping.
You got your bag though, you ain't no broke boy, but she's making more. Let's say she a nurse, a doctor.
Some niggas ain't secured about that shit, but I'm secure because that means there's more money to be brought in the house.
Like you might be bringing home a cool 125, 130 a year, but she bringing in 300.
And plus, that's an easy argument and shit if she ever try to come at you about you making less. Bitch, you're making more. You could buy more shit for the
house. We both make 6 figures, but your money just hit different right now.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but like you said, that all could change because you could end up being the breadwinner. She could be dead pot. Because stuff like that happens. Mm-hmm. It does happen when the man is up like the Blueface, and then you see Krishan surpass. But it do be situations where niggas be down and the woman got a whole, you know what I mean, little thing going on. But then the man surpasses her. Now she gotta look to him for leadership.
Right.
And some women don't have the ability, in my opinion, to be up,
mm-hmm.
and then go back to gotta be secondary. Cause they're used to being this boss bitch, as y'all will call it.
Yep.
I get whatever I want, but now you with a nigga that makes what you make in a year in a month. He just getting that off a back end.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying though. Nowadays it's a weird time because the younger generation of men, they're being brought up by their single mothers to think that they're being raised
so be okay
like how daughters was being raised back in the day.
You basically saying they're being raised to the mindset of it's okay to be a man and a woman take care of you.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. That's what they're doing.
Back in the day, it was opposite. Right. Back in the day, you know you're a man. You're supposed to make sure your woman is protected, your family's protected.
Nowadays, they're telling the moms telling their daughters, "Yo, you gotta go out here and get to a bag."
Mm-hmm. These niggas not gonna do it for you. You gotta get it on your own.
Is the fact of men becoming more feminine? Is it the lack of the fatherhood, or is it more so of the mother pushing for the society? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, is it the lack of the father
society,
or is it the woman pushing for their son to be feminine?
It's both. It's the lack of a masculine man being in the
Take
house.
the father out the house.
It's the mother pushing that boy to be in his feelings and being more of emotional, being a bitch.
But telling your daughter to go get a job at Wendy's when she's 15, but your son is 17 by to graduate.
I lived it, bruh. While I was in the streets doing my thing, my mother still would make sure my clothes is clean, make sure if I didn't want to go outside, I didn't have to. But my mother, she pushed my sister to go to college. She pushed that shit on her quick. And for her to get her driver's license and shit.
So my fault for cutting you off. How y'all feel about, alright, so my situation, my mom told me when I was probably like 15, 16, cause I was in Delaware at the time, I was able to get my driver's license young. Mm-hmm. She told me when I was like 16, she was like, alright, I know you got your license or whatever. If you want to go out to like Wendy's or somewhere like that, get you a little job where you can. But if you want to just focus strictly on the education, because I was a schoolboy trying to get into college,
the option at least.
You could focus on school.
She at least gave you the option.
But how y'all explaining it, I don't feel like, and I'm not saying she's wrong, I just use that as an example to say, to tie into what you're saying, I feel like she was supposed to tell me, you got your license now, go get you a job. Rather than telling me, do I want to go the education route, or do I want to, you know what I mean? Because she was supportive. She was like, if you want to go work and you know, get you a car, if you put up whatever you put up, I'll match that, help you get your first car. But if you want to just be a schoolboy, just keep the honor roll, get your straight A's, I'm going to support that as well. Right. Based off this conversation, it seemed like she was supposed to be like, nah, nigga, you can go to school, but nigga, go get that job. Mm-hmm. So, like, to push that...
She ain't got that battery in your back.
All I can say is, off that is, I agree with you saying, but honestly, it's the man's job in the family to grow you and get you on to the next level.
So I was looking for leadership in the wrong parent.
Yes, because a mother is always going to have to be the supportive role.
But most of us,
a lot of women say that they can play both roles, but
most men, bro, grow up with a mom. They don't grow up with their dad. It's probably 10-15% of niggas that grew up with their dad. Like for real, I'm talking about
not a lot.
Not a lot at all.
Not a lot. And then when the moms try to say that bullshit, like, oh, I play both roles, I can play mom and dad. A kid will be more 9 times out of 10 successful with being raised by a single father
than it would by a single mother.
Yes.
Because them single fathers be having them daughters like Steve Harvey, they gonna have them kids out there working, grinding, cutting the grass with them. You know what I mean? It don't matter if you live it. I'm telling you.
Yeah. But mothers, they just, it's blind. It's whatever the kid wants to get into.
It's like, you can do whatever the hell you want, I'll support you.
No restraint.
That's what a mom. That's literally what a mom is. So yeah, it's a negative way, but honestly, it's perfect if you have the perfect balance of a man and a woman in the household. That's the thing. Women go right to their baser nature when it comes to children at all times.
Right.
If a man's not involved, they're still gonna do their role. They'll discipline a little bit here and there, but they're not gonna have that same effect as if a man was doing it.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. Not trying to be conspiracy theory, but I just think like that's why society profits from the shit how it's moving right now.
Yes.
They know that women are their biggest consumers. Women buy more nonsensical shit that's really that's really unnecessary on a daily basis.
And me personally, off of that point alone, I have a strong relationship with God. And I personally feel like everything that we living through, bro, I feel like we living in the fourth quarter of the time.
It was in the book. Everything that's going on right now is in the book.
Oh, global warming don't exist. Hottest year in history. Oh, you know, when they found the two men in that house together, that house burned to the ground. Now all they pushing is two men, two women, cartoons, this and this, this and that. Everything that, and I'm not trying to get too deep on this, but pause. Everything that we was that shoe and religion and especially like, you know, God and Christians and stuff like that.
It's coming to pass.
Everything that we going through is the end of times.
It is.
Everything don't make sense. It's killing at a rapid rate. Global warming is in effect. Recession is going on. People have to steal just to eat.
Look at these kids. And look at the children. Look at the younger generation. These kids are 10 years old and about 6'4" and big as hell. No kids at our age were that big at 10 years old. And the bigger they get, the dumber they get.
And not only are they 10 years old and 6'4" and look like a grown man, they feel like a failure in life because they don't got the Richard Mille and the Rolex on because they see these kids on TikTok get all this money. So now they like, Mom, you're boring. You got me just the Xbox. I wanted the Xbox and the PS5 and the iPhone 15 Pro Max.
And the Switch. And the Switch. And think about it. Every other country right now is
with the virtual reality.
Oh yeah, true. That shit. It's so much shit going on, and with the other countries gearing up for war. How the fuck are every other country gearing up for war right now, but us, we're just living life like this shit's still a game.
They ain't only gearing up for war. They making sure that they keep their children in school all year. So by the time they 15, they got enough intelligence to be a fucking manager. That's why in our hood at the Chinese stores, when they got them kids coming from middle school,
straight to work.
You know what I'm talking about.
Straight to work.
And guess what?
I can tell you this right now.
And they taking over the business when they're 18.
Multiple countries where the kids go to school all year round. They do have summer break. Guess how long their summer break is?
Isn't it like a month?
No, 3 weeks.
Close enough.
Not even a full month.
21 days.
Their Christmas break. How long? 2 weeks.
Yeah.
They don't get a spring break. Spring break is school.
So out of all year, they getting like 2 months off?
They sleep in school. They have desks that fold that turn into beds, and you wake up and get right to class.
It's insane, but when you do that to the children versus what this country doing with the children, that's gonna be the reason why when you go on TikTok, you always gonna see them Chinese people, them Asian people, and I don't care what y'all say, these young motherfuckers be getting to it. They be telling us information and showing us shit that we ain't know nothing about, and they be 13, 15, 17, like young. But got more knowledge than a U.S. American that's 30 years old.
Right. And another thing, unlike how some other countries are doing, in China, literally 20% of their cities, the female population is so high that men have to marry at least 3 women.
Right.
And the thing is, with 4 sources of income, the man doesn't have to work, the woman pays for everything.
I mean,
That's literally how it is. And niggas hear that information and be thinking, why can't we do that in the U.S.? Because them bitches was raised smart. They just ain't raised smart.
They're entitled.
They're all entitled. They're into that whole entitlement wave. No.
Because that's what society in America tells them that's what they deserve and all that shit. Everything that's wrong with our countries, you don't see happening in our country. In other countries.
Not at all.
Other countries, women, they're not the size of linebackers and shit, and they're not as entitled to feel like they deserve the world because their country's not telling them that shit. They like, bitch, get with the program or get left. But here it's like, oh, you're a woman, you deserve this. Oh, you feeling like you're a man and you have the body of a man, but you feel like a woman. Go get that damn change, and then vice versa if it was the other way around. Our country is ass backwards where everybody, that's why people in other countries do not like Americans.
And now they didn't like Americans before that, just because America was literally that hard-on type of bully that literally just be like, all right, you keep fucking with us, we're gonna just drop a bomb on you. Nowadays it's just a whole bunch of all this extra bullshit, cause
weird shit.
Cause we've been dumbing ourselves down all these years with all this fake processed food, all this poor education, all of these exports we're buying from these countries laughing at us because we're like, you're giving us all y'all money, you dumb motherfuckers. That's what they're doing right now.
And we're poisoning ourselves.
Yes.
Like, everything in the store, everything that's healthy for us and that we're supposed to be eating is expensive as fuck. But everything that's bad and could kill us and make us the size of actual animals, everything, all that shit is cheap.
Yep.
And they know that. So it's just the fact of...
And it's also illegal to do things that is natural, that's given to us by God.
Yep.
It's illegal, and you also have to get a license to do a lot of things. Like, you gotta get a license to collect rainwater. You gotta have a license to go fishing.
Shit.
You gotta have a license to go hunt and gather.
Speaking of licenses, it's been reported that the feds, they pulled up to iHeartRadio looking for Envy.
I mean, his time was coming anyway.
And they just picked up the dude he was working with. They picked him up a couple days ago.
That's what I'm saying. I forgot his name, but in my hood, you saw him a lot.
You see his signs everywhere.
Not his signs, him. You would see him.
Penna.
Yeah, you see Penna ass all over Patterson. You seen him. So, him and a couple other ones that I ain't gonna name, they just slumlords, man. It's just slumlords. Yeah. So I believe that they ran down on Envy and shit because he was really out there scamming and shit.
Shout out to Tony the Closer. Real Estate Rico is crazy. That hit different. The murder and all that, yeah. I don't
know what they're gonna do with Breakfast Club, because now it's just Charlamagne. Angela Yee has left. His nigga about to do some time.
Just ask somebody else that's popular that could fit the role. Yeah. They can find somebody to replace Envy, and that sounds fucked up because they've been doing Breakfast Club for over a decade.
Same with Angela Yee, but business is business. We gotta keep this flagship going.
They can bring academics up there, him and Charlamagne, just sit there and argue. That would not be a good play.
It would.
It would still do numbers. You would hear academics on the radio every morning.
And you got a new audience of online chat.
Shout out to JayZ, man. Real shit.
Yeah. Shout out to JayZ, bro.
Throw one comedian in there that'll actually help boost his ratings along as well.
DC Young
They're trying to.
You say DC Young Fly?
Or Desi Banks.
They trying to get
Desi Banks. What about Lil Duval? Cause him and
they around the same age.
Shorty from Baltimore and shit.
You talking about Jess Hilarious?
Yeah.
She already been on there.
That's what I'm saying. But she been on and
she'll play a bigger role.
Now she'll be a permanent.
This is your seat. Yes.
This is your spot. She'll be the new actual Angela Yee.
Alright, so which one was gonna take DJ Envy throne that he be sitting in on a video?
Either Charlamagne. He can just take because he got the clout, and then you put the next nigga in Charlamagne's seat and just have him be the obnoxious and have Charlamagne run the show.
Right. But
I'll say the best
play the
combination.
Charlamagne role, because back in the day when he was...
You need a troll.
That's what I'm saying. Who the fuck do you feel like is a big...
I said troll? DC or Desi Banks.
But then Desi got his own shit with Waka, and fucking DC got his own shit with 85 South. So it's like, you gotta find a nigga that's available to do
what about the Lil Duval shit?
Lil Duval.
They're around the same
They
age.
just buddies.
They got the same era of music. They'll be able to relate like he too young, because you know the young niggas like, cause even I ain't gonna say they conflict, but Charlamagne and Justin they don't conflict, but it's different generations. So of course they gonna like if they all the same.
They gotta find somebody that's a little bit younger that could do that.
Right, cause you gotta think Charlamagne, Envy, Angela Yee, they all grew up with 106 in Park. They grew up with the JayZ. Like they grew up
in that era.
Yeah.
And it just meshed.
So it's like versus you with the young nigga who don't know nothing about
rebuilding process right now.
Shit, Skip Bayless had to do it, and what he do? He went and got a bunch of niggas.
Yep.
He got Wayne to not only get on the show, but make a new intro that's fire as fuck, by the way. Even the first one was fire, but even the second joint he did is just as better as the. So I'm not saying that Shannon Sharp ain't nobody. Shannon Sharp is a real nigga to me. But if you go from Shannon to Lil Wayne,
Yep.
I ain't gonna sit there and say that's a downgrade.
You elevated. That's all it is.
It might be a downgrade because Wayne don't got the
sports analyst.
Thank you. You know where I'm going with. Buddy has the fame and the buzz to keep bringing the views in. And people still care about what Wayne got to say, even if he don't got the proper knowledge.
Yeah, no, of course. That's Wayne. He got plenty of stories to tell. So
yeah.
So what you were saying off the record before we start recording, you said something about what was this? The first thing you said after the Sexyy Red pregnant shit when you said it was hella shit going on.
Oh, just is hella shit going on.
Because when you brought up the one joint, I ain't never hear about it. That's why I said it.
What you mean about like what's going on in the country?
Yeah, like the topic you was gonna bring up, I didn't hear about it
because what about the food?
Yeah, I don't know about.
But that's what I'm saying. It's different ones. You got one with the whole, of course, with the men and the women and shit. The men and women war. The shit about the food. The food. A lot of the food that's illegal in other countries. Legal over here.
Yeah.
And it's just making the kids. If you notice the children, they're not looking fatter, like fatter, and it's happening to adults too. And they said by 2030, half of the U.S. population.
You talking about the nigga that be on social media, that be playing pickup games and shit?
I think so. Listen,
you talking about the nigga
that want to be a doctor and shit.
Yeah, I know you talking about. Dumb, like dumb.
But with that, in other countries, since they're
tall, stupid
out here, we're the big stupid niggas.
Right.
But other countries, yeah, cause like it's rare, cause like all my family's short. And I'm 6'1".
But is it the average height is 5'7", 5'8"?
Here.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why
6
foot is tall.
Here.
That's what I'm saying. I'm
here in America it's tall.
Yeah.
Anywhere else.
But you bring it to a global scale.
I'm bringing it to a global scale.
Yeah. Taco, man. Shout out to Taco.
When I tell you, every other country, including Mexico and Canada, because they eat so healthy out there, because they're literally picking the shit themselves in their own yard and killing the shit in their own backyard and eating it right there. They're eating so healthy, they're eating the right nourishment, is having the body grow and develop the right way. They're actually doing healthy natural selection themselves.
Correct.
So we're gonna see another wave of 6'5", and then we're gonna randomly see a couple 8-foot niggas coming out of freaking who knows where.
Right.
Like they're all gonna come out and come over here to do the NBA and just do numbers.
But it's like you saying, the way the world is moving to where, of course, you don't want to see a bunch of people where their bones is showing all the time, but you don't want to see kids out here being 11 years old over 250.
Yes.
And over fucking 6'4" and 5.
Like I don't feel like no 10-year-old should be wearing a fucking large, extra large, and that even look a little snug. And men's sizes, not boy sizes. Men's
shit that they getting fed in these schools.
All food, man.
The food in these schools is processed, and there's a bunch of different chemicals in them and shit. So it's gonna just speed up the.
We already knew when we were in school. All that food was fake. Even when we were in school, food was fake.
But even
that shit, yeah. Now that you saying it, like when you, cause just having that memory in my head, and they have them on the little gel trays and all that.
But in school, they didn't give us shit that had hella additives in it.
Okay.
The shit now is ridiculous with additives.
Because when I was in high school, I'm used to eating shit like hot dogs, paws, like nachos, pizza Friday, maybe like grilled cheese, tomato soup. You know what I mean? It didn't seem like.
I always went to the cold lunch. I just got myself a turkey sandwich.
Right. So it didn't seem like it was. But I don't know what it's looking like now. I understand what you're saying.
School now is just it's different. Right. What they serving these kids now is probably the same shit, but just the extra more little such and such.
Put a little bit of that good burger. What was that place called? Not
injection.
No, not where Keenan Kel worked at the ones they was robbing niggas. Was it
It was like a fake McDonald's basically.
I forgot the name of that shit.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
they put the needle in the joint.
Make the burgers bigger.
Yup.
Yeah. It's like that. They really doing that shit in real life.
All bullshit aside though, I feel like they putting that in there, and whatever else is in that liquid is to make it bigger, and it's to make it like a stimulant to where you're gonna constantly crave it and want it all the time, and just to keep eating.
Yeah.
I want McDonald's. I don't want to eat
healthy food.
Yeah.
So that's why if these kids got outside of the country, they don't know how to fucking act. They can't eat what the other kids in the other countries eat. If you take sugar away from them, they'll crash out.
And I ain't saying we was eating the best because we hood niggas that grew up to fucking a sandwich. Like I grew up to where nigga making a sandwich or two with some chips was a dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And pizza and fucking cheeseburgers and that's it.
Fucking oodles and noodles. Or that ramen shit. That was later.
Up at the age of 9, 10. So like shit, we did our own shit.
Yeah, it's different nowadays. Nowadays, back then there was such thing as a kid struggling and shit.
Mm-hmm.
There was such things as struggle happened on anybody. Nowadays, these kids are more entitled just as much as the women.
That's because the parents don't want them to go through the same struggle that they did.
And the parents don't want to put in effort.
They're gonna put in more effort to spoiling them than to showing them the proper way for them to get to it.
Because it's easier to let the world raise your child, and all you do is just give them the stuff that they want.
Right.
But let the world and TV, like you said, put the tablet in front of them. Just let the world raise them, and I'll get you a mind.
These kids can't survive when they get jobs and shit.
Right.
Gen Z niggas, when they get a job, when they get a little hard work, they bitch about it and they complain, and then they end up quitting
because they want it now. They're not willing to put the work
they're
in.
not trying to deal with all that.
I watch like 5 people come in for orientation and quit that same day.
And some managers and supervisors, they're gonna talk shit down to you.
But
You just gotta deal with that.
You were saying you feel like they don't want to work hard, or they just want it to be given to them. Spoon.
That's what they're used to. Instead, especially when you deal with that manager or that supervisor that talks to you, that talks to you crazy.
Mm-hmm.
We were brought up to, okay, it's gonna be assholes in the workplace, so we gotta just deal with it to get paid.
I feel like school is prepping our kids. It's not our kids, but
how we're gonna let them talk, and then unless they do something to you personally, then handle it. But if they just talking, just go past it.
I feel like
these kids now is like, okay, you talking to me crazy, I don't have to deal with this shit. Mommy and daddy's mommy's gonna take care of me.
I personally believe school is prepping children for working. They're prepping them for.
That's what it was. That's what it originally was.
Now it's just, you gotta look at these kids in the classroom nowadays. These kids is acting out like a motherfucker. Now it's like teachers are scared to punish children, and they damn sure scared to take their phones away, because a lot of these kids, they fought teachers for taking their fucking phones away.
I can't let you say that, because in our generation we was just as bad and worse. We just didn't have it.
It wasn't that bad though.
Yes, it was.
It was not that bad.
We didn't record it, bro. You crazy as hell.
If a teacher took your phone, that's it. Some kids would act out.
But you said there wasn't no retaliation.
There was retaliation, but it was not.
You knew you was going to ISS if you act out. You knew it was going to be consequences.
I'm real. Teach took my phone. I'm gonna just wait until I get it after.
Exactly. These kids not waiting for that.
They're gonna go in the drawer and get it personal.
Exactly. They're gonna be tough. They're gonna go right in the desk. Then you gonna be like, put the phone back. Put the phone. Then they're gonna wanna fight.
And having even a male or female teacher deal with 20, 25 kids, and 7 of them like, bitch, fuck that. And out of them 7, 5 of them, like you said, 6'2", 6'3", in middle school, that teacher's gonna get that fucking phone back because they ain't paying them enough money for them services.
Exactly. That's why there's less teachers now. Because they don't want to they don't feel like dealing with somebody else's badass kid.
Less teachers, less drivers, they laying everybody off, they're getting rid of corporations, now they want to bring Toys R Us back.
You know how bad it was?
For what?
It was a school bus.
That don't make no sense.
After y'all just went bankruptcy because nobody want to pay with toys.
Exactly. Teachers, it was a whole school bus ride. Like, school bus drivers are just quitting left and right.
Cause they're getting a lot of flock from parents and shit, and they like, I don't gotta deal with this shit. I can just go get another job here at a warehouse or some shit.
And then this is where it get worse. Some parents, they got the discipline to where they want the best for their kid, but they like, I don't need to trust the school system. I could just teach you at home.
But that's
I feel like
difficult because how the fuck your ass gonna go to work?
Unless you
women are the ones that can go to work.
Unless you got the bag to pay for them services.
Right. Women are more the ones that's gonna be able to get a job working at home and shit, sitting in front of a computer answering calls. Men really ain't really gonna be that accessible to work at home like that. No. They mostly want bitches to do it.
Y'all financially comfortable and money is not an issue. Do y'all feel like the way the way the world is turning, are y'all with the fact of hiring someone to literally teach your daughter through each grade, like year by year by year, rather than her going to school and getting the experience, prom, homecoming, the 8th grade dance. Do y'all feel as though the way this world is transitioning that idea doesn't sound too bad, or do you still feel like no matter how bad the world gets, still allow your child to have that school experience?
I mean, the school experience, as in going to prom and homecomings and shit, I really didn't do that shit because I was that kid that's like, I'm here to just get the paper.
But to play devil's advocate, that shit means a lot to certain kids.
I know.
To certain kids.
Halloween, Thanksgiving, coming to they basketball games, senior nights. That stuff is like everything to some kids.
But look at how shit is going right now, nigga. They cut the hours for school. Back then it was 8 hours. Some schools 9.
Yeah, I remember.
But
being
now it's 7.
At least 2:45.
Now it's 7. They talking about cutting it into 4 hours. So basically, 5 hours.
7 to 12.
So basically, every day be a half day.
Yep.
So imagine you sending your kid, and no, today.
No, I'm saying our generation.
Oh yeah. But imagine we have half days some days. Imagine these.
But their half day
every day.
Our half a day is their regular school.
Yes.
So they'll be doing. Go
to school at 8, get out at 1.
They'll be doing 25 hours going there Monday through Friday. We didn't already did that in 3 days, and we got 2 more whole days of school.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And all that's going to do is cut the education, cut the knowledge, cut the wisdom, and then y'all ain't got
a bunch of big dumbass kids.
Y'all don't got the degrees or the proper education. Y'all ain't even went to school that much.
That's going to turn into big dumbass adults.
And guess where they going to go?
And
right to the next
cycle going.
Next local warehouse.
Keep the cycle going.
Or McDonald's, local pharmacy.
Or for the men, they'll be so damn dumb and they'll hear a bunch of rap music and shit that make them feel like gangsters. They crash out, try to rob or steal some shit or kill somebody, and then the bitches, they turn into big whores, and we just gonna keep that cycle going. And the next generation, Jesus, it's just gonna get worse as each generation that comes through.
So
it always does.
We ain't gotta talk about it too heavy. We can just y'all can just give an opinion on it or whatever. But Drake did sell over 400K first week, and his son dropped a little song. Drake dropped a little song or whatever. So y'all feel like after this, like at this point now, he could just chill on his little year or 2 mental health hiatus and just rock out.
He gonna drop something next year.
You think so?
He will. He still will.
You think he done with music this year? Like we're not gonna hear nothing from other than a little pop song.
He probably be featured on something. Shit.
I feel like that. Yeah, he will.
Think another viral song will come before the year over?
Probably, yeah.
Yes.
I believe so.
Most definitely.
Nigga, his fingernail painting ass has got something else in the studio, so I'm just
waiting. I feel you already got some shit pre-recorded.
Yep.
So I mean, shit. You're not gonna be that big and not have shit waiting in the chamber for niggas.
So allegedly, I don't know what he did, I don't know the politics behind it, but allegedly this nigga 6ix9ine, they got fucking arrested in DR. Any thoughts?
I heard about that.
Any thoughts, if any, good, bad, Josh around?
I literally say this all the time. I don't care how much money you got. Don't act stupid in other countries.
But he feels like that's his home. And they worship him and they love him.
He can be Hispanic. It don't matter. You're not gonna act like how you act in America.
I disagree with that, bro. When you got a certain level of esteem and clout,
it don't matter.
You're gonna move and act a certain way. Look at Drake. That nigga was in handcuffs over weed. That shit was done after 3 days. Nobody even talks about it.
He still could go to Canada and they not gonna try it.